Howdy, it's Uncle Paul, and I want to give you a little bit of information about my plans to hike on the Appalachian Trail this coming summer, 2019. Now, before I get into my plans for hiking some of the AT this summer, let me tell you about the two health issues that I brought up in last week's video. Number one is my cold. It's almost totally gone, really. I attacked it right away. It barely lasted a little over a week, which is unusual for me, but I attacked it quickly, and thankfully I'm done with that. Now for my back. I wish I was done with that, but it's a lot more slow and gradual process. I'm still on my walker. I can walk a little bit with my cane, but I have to have some kind of support. And I get out on the back patio with Hurley for a while, or on the front porch some, but that's about as far as I've gone. And so I can tell there's been improvement, but it's very slow. This is the worst I've hurt my back in a long time. And there wasn't just one incident that where I did something, bent over, whatever, and I felt it. It was more of an accumulative effect, kind of like when I go backpacking. After days of strain, it starts wearing on my back and it affects me. So just another reminder that, of the importance, the great importance there is on losing weight, because that would be much better. I'm sure I'll have back problems the rest of my life, but it would be much easier to deal with and probably happen less frequently when I get this weight off of me. So, okay, now for my plans to do some hiking on the Appalachian Trail this summer. Now, you're probably familiar with Joe Vanderkooi. In 2017, I think that was the year that he completed a through hike of the Appalachian Trail. And because of his channel, which is called Joe Vanderkooi, this is his name, and my channel, we got to communicating back and forth with one another. And on my hiking attempts out on the AT in 2017 and last year, Joe was very encouraging. He was very helpful to me, so very appreciative of that. And after I got off the trail this past year, he invited me to come out and hike with him on the AT this summer. And he lives in New Jersey. So I asked him, well, what part of New Jersey, what were you thinking? What section of the AT were you thinking of? He said, any or all of New Jersey. Now, there are 72 miles of the Appalachian Trail that go through New Jersey. So I have no idea how far I'll be able to go. It would be great to do all of New Jersey this summer. But the nice thing about this is I'm not planning on doing the whole thing, all of the Appalachian Trail. I'm not going down that road, and I'm just looking forward to having really no pressure, getting out there on the AT once again and doing the best I can. That's what I'm looking forward to. So, as is usually the case with me, I have got a lot of work to do to get in shape, just to set foot on the Appalachian Trail, or any trail really. And so at times like this, when my back is giving me a problem, it's really frustrating. I've been doing pretty well on my weight loss lately, and that's the most important thing, but also I've got to do the conditioning. And when I'm having a problem with my back, when I can't even wash dishes in there because I have to have one hand on the counter, it gets very frustrating. However, I think back to where I was 3 years ago. My mom had passed away a year before, then we lost our business this time 3 years ago, and so I wasn't in a good place, and physically, mentally or physically, walking 50 yards would have been excruciating if I had to do it, and I didn't do it. And I was just in a real bad place. And it was the first time that I could remember 3 years ago that I actually considered just giving up on trying to lose weight. My whole life, in the ups and downs that I had with my attempts to lose weight, some were successful, most weren't. I'd always thought, well, one of these days it's gonna catch. I'm gonna do the right things and I'm gonna keep it off, and I'm gonna just always keep trying. That was the first time that I can remember 3 years ago that I was like, maybe this is just what my life's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be a fat guy, and that's just the way it is. And thankfully, not long after that thought, I came out of that and thought, well, that's crazy. That's crazy thinking. I can't do that. And so I started looking at YouTube videos for inspiration to lose weight, and I started thinking about actually getting out and backpacking again. And that's when I found YouTube videos about through hikes and followed those. That's when I found Redbeard first, and then Sam I Am, and then there's a list of so many that I've watched since then and am fans of, and I have great respect, even more so than ever now, for people who have completed a through hike of the Appalachian Trail. But thinking back on that thought I had about just giving up on trying to lose weight, and it scared me, and so I went down the path of I got to keep trying. And even though my dreams of a through hike have yet to come to fruition, if I would have followed through with the thought of giving up on trying to get healthier and better, I wouldn't have gone out there for the short time I did on the AT in 2017. I wouldn't have done it last year either. And even though they were far from successful through hikes or anything like that, I'm still very glad, very happy that I went out there and did it. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. I would, who knows where I'd be right now had I just continued with that thought of just giving up. So, and now here I am, it's 2019, I'm planning another trip on the AT. And I've met good people like Joe, who've been very supportive, and so it's something that I'm really looking forward to, and it drives me to whatever little progress that I make and can make, just to not give up and keep going after it, keep striving to get out there and enjoy some adventure in life.
WXYZ. Hooray! With the alphabet parade, you can see how words are made. Watch. I love to read. I love to read. I love to read. I love to read.
Good Sunday morning. Whew. Well, as you saw there, I had a little visitor last night. I couldn't go sit in there in the living room with everybody in those chairs with my back. So he walked back here, my great nephew Jackson, just walked back here, and we watched Barney for a little while. He hung out with me, so that was good. But anyway, well, last week I couldn't get on the scale because of my back, couldn't step on it, and I couldn't hold the video camera in one hand and work the scale in the other. There was no way. So I can do that this week. And I'm a little concerned about what it's going to say because, like I said, I haven't been walking, haven't done any exercises, and don't know what I did last week. So a little concerned about what it's going to say, but it's that time. Let's go get on the scale. Last week, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago, the small weight was on the 24 and the big one there was on 200. And so this time I was able to push the scale back down to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, down to the 20, giving me a 4-pound loss in the last 2 weeks. So I'm happy with that. Well, thanks for putting up with me once again. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you next week.